clearly, from Iran's point of view, they have to destroy the U.S.-Israeli threat forever. That's their avowed reason for their tactics at the moment, reflecting in a way what Israel is saying the other way. How can Iran achieve that? How can they destroy the threat forever?
Well, I think Pezeshkian, the president of Iran, has made a comment, and I'm going to paraphrase now, so forgive me, but I think he said it to one of the Arab media outlets. He said that we in Iran have to give the Americans such a bloody nose that they never try something like this again. Again, to me, that's not crazy. To me, that's a very realistic and graduated assessment of how to go about deterring and stopping and deterring future attacks by the U.S. and Israelis. So what they're going to do is continue to increase the costs economically on the United States and its partners, so much so that we basically buckle under the economic and therefore political strain, notably going into the midterms. And that basically forces us to disengage, if not negotiate a full peace treaty, which I think, by the way, ultimately, if there is an off-ramp, I think that we're going to use Putin to negotiate as an intermediary with Trump and the leadership of Iran, if there is an off-ramp to this thing, that it's not going to see the return of U.S. power in the Middle East ever. It'll be a very diminished presence at best. And I think Israel will go back to being sort of a contained entity the way it was, in the 1970s and 80s, because the Arab states, they're never going to want to, get close to Israel again, and they're going to be looking for a third way. So I think ultimately it's not necessarily total destruction of Israel and the U.S. unless things keep escalating. I think the Iranian view is we just have to bloody them so much they know that if they ever try something like this again, it will put them into the Great Depression. And that's really, and it's a very smart strategic outlook. And we completely misread and misunderstood, and I would argue probably I misunderstood as well when I wrote the book, the full threat of the region.